everyone. Welcome to another brand new episode of Did That Age Well right here at Dude IDK Studios. First of all, big shout out to sponsor of Dude IDK, Spider Moving and Storage. Check them out on Instagram at Spider Moving Co. Pretty sure that's correct, but if it's not, I will put a link in the episode description anyways. You can get a free quote for moving by going to spidermoving.com. Also, at Dude IDK, the space where we record and the space where this podcast is produced and where comedy shows all year long happen. There's a bunch of exciting stuff coming up this fall. So be sure to follow at Dude1DK. The I is a 1 on Instagram to see if some of your favorite comics are coming through town, or even just to get to know some of your favorite Denver local comics. Okay, my boys.
Yes.
Today I am so lucky to have my friends David and Jack here. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi. How's it going?
It's going great.
It's going excellently. We're just happy to be here with you.
Oh my God, I'm so happy to have you here with me.
Yes.
You guys have been traveling. You've been all over. You've been going to pool parties. You're busy guys.
Pool party book club. It's the only way to do it.
I love that. I love that. What else is on the horizon for you for the rest of the summer? What's going on? What's going on with Mortified?
That's right.
Mortified is moving over to the Federal Theater,
Woohoo!
which will be exciting. I've still not set foot in it.
Yeah.
But I hope I love it.
I hope we all do.
we love the Oriental folks so much. So I have the utmost faith.
The
that it's
Oriental
gonna be
Theater,
great.
just to be.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, gosh.
Wow.
Yeah,
The Oriental Theater, also called the O,
Yeah.
which is
There's a reason people call it the O these days.
That is
Yes.
so.
Yes. The Oriental Theater folks, we love so much.
Yes.
They've been our home since 2016. So it feels like cheating, but it's not because
Sure, it's an open
there.
relationship.
It's
Yeah.
an open relationship.
And we
now.
love them for all that they brought to our lives.
We do.
You
Yes.
know?
right. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
So September 26th, the Mortified is doing one of the first shows at the Federal.
So
It
exciting.
is exciting. Yeah.
Yay. Where
Yeah.
can people get tickets and stuff?
They can go to getmortified.com.
Cool.
That's right.
That's awesome.
And we always need, especially dudes,
Dudes.
since we're in Dude IDK.
Yeah.
So dudes,
Submit
your stuff.
Yeah.
Do it up. I've done
brave.
it before. It
Be
was
brave.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We've got a couple of dudes here who have done it.
That's
Yeah.
right.
that's right.
Yeah.
And you're on the cusp of doing
These
it one
dudes right
day.
here.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
true.
You have my
Yes.
treasures.
I was just going through more of your treasures today, and you talk about a love rhombus, which made me almost fall out of my chair.
Instead of
Not
a love
just a
Not
love
a
triangle.
triangle,
triangle, a love rhombus.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
What about a love
oh.
parallelogram, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. It could be either.
It could be.
It
Oh,
could
that's
be either.
right.
It's
That's
kind of a
true.
both
Yeah.
and.
Yes,
That is-
yes.
Yeah.
There's an
Right.
illustration, and
Yeah.
it's great.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love that.
And that's when they knew she was bisexual. Love rhombus,
Yes.
queering the definition of love and shapes.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I learned what rhombuses are, and I was like, that is so cool.
Yeah.
And I was really excited to
Yeah.
incorporate that into my personal life.
Right,
Really.
right, right.
Right.
You're like,
Yeah,
I'm
really
running
a
with
moment
this.
for me. I was like, geometry,
Let's do it.
let's do this.
That's my thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Oh,
So yeah,
fantastic.
thank you for going through my treasures and
Oh.
taking such good care of them.
It's a sacred practice.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
And dudes, especially, if you
Dudes.
have some treasures, some
Yeah,
journals,
please.
some artwork, some lyrics.
Yep, some
Stories.
dirty fiction. We love dirty fiction.
Oh
from
my
back in the day.
gosh.
It's like
Yeah.
always a treasured moment
Yes.
at the shows.
And Mortified, just in a nutshell, is
Mortified in a nutshell is like, did that age well, but with your journal.
Yeah,
That
but
is true.
with you,
With you reading your
Yeah.
journal, and it's a resounding no.
Yeah.
It did not age
you
well.
you
Yes.
don't age well is actually what happens.
Which
yeah.
is
That's
what's
very
so
true.
wonderful. So it's a
Yeah.
chance to laugh at yourself and experience the power of community while laughing at yourself.
I love it.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And you've done it a couple
I've done
times.
it a couple
Yeah.
times.
Under pressure, yeah.
Under pressure. Post-pandemic, he was reaching for the dregs of the people that could get on stage and
Really went to the bottom of
went
the
to his
barrel there.
boyfriend and said, here you go. So I had to, it was very like exposing to give him all my journals.
Wow.
More so than even just, you know, being his boyfriend. But
Sure.
he picked out some good narrative threads that I didn't even know were there.
Yes.
And it was amazing. It was,
that's awesome.
Yeah, reading in front of a whole audience is
Yeah.
cathartic and funny and hilarious and
Yeah.
all the above. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And now
I'm excited for you to do it.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
And now whenever Jack and I get in a disagreement, I can be like, I know this is a long-standing thing because I read your elementary school
We need
journal.
to talk to your inner child.
Yes.
Now. This is inner child.
Let's go back to
now.
1995.
Or
Your love
or
of Ace of Base.
1985.
1985.
This movie.
1985,
right.
the year of Teen Wolf.
The year of Teen Wolf, the year I was born as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Both came into this world 1985.
You both were born in 1985.
No.
Teen Wolf
Me
and
and
Jack Varner.
Teen Wolf and I
Yes.
were both born
Yes.
in 1985. He was
What
a
year were
little
you
older.
born?
I was a very sophisticated 5-year-old, so I
Okay.
was 1980.
Okay, great. So you of course were watching Teen Wolf
Yeah.
because you had sophisticated taste,
Yes.
of course.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Which this movie has very little sophistication
Not.
to it.
Yes. The
Not
opposite.
that, yeah. One thing that always strikes me when I watch a movie about wolves, when I consider the concept of wolves, is that it's so funny that like Winnie the dog, your
Yeah.
tiny little dog,
Oh, yeah.
my dogs,
Yeah.
are all descended from wolves. What the
Right.
fuck?
I actually think
It's-
about that
yeah.
a lot.
You do?
I do.
When
Whenever
you look
I'm
at your
like,
tiny dog?
yes, our tiny little dog, and I'm like snuggling with her, and I'm just like, you are so scared and you are helpless. And how did this ever come about? Evolution, it's an amazing thing.
She
really
does do a
is.
great howl, though.
She does.
awesome.
The
have a
wolf
good
is
howl.
in her.
One time I woke up in the middle of the night to my dog Izzy, who is otherwise silent. She's like an assassin. She'll sneak up on you and look at you with her big eyes, and you just didn't even know that she was there. I woke up in the middle of the night to her howling at the moon from the window.
Oh.
Going, "Arr!"
Whoa.
It was so fun. I couldn't stop laughing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was
That's
amazing.
special.
And in every other sense, she is the farthest thing from a wolf. Certainly
Yeah.
a wolf playing basketball.
Right.
I'd like to see them try that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to see
She
Roxy.
doesn't transmogrify into a human, and
Yeah.
she's not a werewolf, unfortunately.
And yeah,
even
that
though
is
she
too
does
bad.
howl at the moon.
Yeah.
There's still time.
There's still time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, he didn't discover he was a werewolf till he was a teen.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
So there's still time.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a little bit of background on this, which is that Michael J. Fox was actually really bad at basketball.
Yes.
That's the
I think
inside
you could
scoop.
tell when you watch the movie.
I couldn't
And-
tell.
Well, there are times when you could tell from the back there's someone doing things. You're like, that's not Michael.
You're like,
J.
that's
Fox.
definitely not him.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're fortunate that when he was good, he was in a wolf suit. So much easier to have a double
Yes.
when you're in like a big hairy wolf suit, you know.
This is true. It does make
So,
it easier.
that
I think
was good
it's-
for him.
It's important also to remember that this was like during Michael J. Fox's like imperial period, because he had
Yes.
just Back to the Future had just come out like 6 weeks before.
Yeah.
So this was like big time Michael J. Because he was definitely the best thing about Teen Wolf, which is not saying a lot.
Yeah, totally.
He
But
did
he
a
was
great
amazing.
job.
Oh, I know that. I'm saying he
Yeah.
did do a great job.
Yeah.
He held that.
He
He
held it together
He really
yeah.
did.
with his
He held
claws, with his paws.
Yes, with
Yeah.
his cute little
Yep.
paws.
Yep. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's your history with this movie? Both of
Well,
you.
it's funny because when I pitched it, I was like, oh, yeah, this is like a beloved movie that
Yeah.
was critically lauded. This was my memory. I mean, I was
Yeah,
5
of
years
course.
old. I had no sense of like what makes a good movie. I
Of
was just
course,
like,
you were 5.
yeah, I was like, he stood on a van and surfed,
Yeah.
and he was a badass wolf basketball player. Like, this was a critical smash.
Of course, yes. How could it
And
not be?
How could it not be? And it was so, I remember it was like the epitome of cool when I was 5.
Mhm.
So I went to see this in the theater when I mean, I must
Wow.
have been in kindergarten.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And it really, like, among my friend group, it
Mhm.
like, this was the coolest thing you could imagine.
Right.
So I was truly shocked because I'm a Rotten Tomatoes obsessive. Like,
Yeah.
whenever we're gonna go see a movie, Jack hates it. I look at the Rotten Tomatoes score,
Yeah.
and I will often pull the plug on an outing if the score
Yeah.
is pretty bad.
Yeah.
So I was legit shocked to
Yeah.
see 46%.
Yeah.
And even the popcorn meter,
I know.
really low.
Really
Yeah.
low.
But that's what was so interesting. Like my love for this movie, and I'm a little bit curmudgeon-y when it comes to movies.
Mm.
Like you hear me say "this is stupid" out loud a lot while watching movies.
Yes.
But I didn't
Even
say,
in the movie theaters, yes.
Yeah.
yeah, out loud in the theater. It's true.
Yeah.
But somehow, I guess because I was such a little baby when this came out, and I had such deep love for it, that nostalgia held on tight.
Yes.
So I was not probably the best person to be judging this film because truly, like, every sound in this movie was still with me. Like, every scene that happened, I was saying this out loud constantly while we were watching. I was like, I remember all of this so much. So yeah, nostalgia really worked in the movie's favor for me rewatching.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It usually does work in that direction, I find.
Well,
Nostalgia.
Yeah.
It makes
Yeah.
one view a movie that is terrible a little better because you
Yeah.
have that connection to it at an age.
It was interesting though, because I've gone back to watch other things like Weird Science, which I know that you talked about recently. Really, I didn't have that nostalgic fondness,
Right.
but that was a favorite for me back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
This time when I watched it, I was cringing the whole way through. Teen Wolf, I was like still rooting.
Only a couple cringeworthy moments, really. Yeah.
There were only a couple cringers.
I, as a baby in 1985, did
Yeah.
not watch this movie
You
in
didn't
the
watch
theater.
it?
No.
Right away.
No.
in your
as
diapers.
probably, yes. I think I was 3 months old. So my introduction was like it must have played on cable TV at some point in like
Sure.
the 90s when I was growing up. So I definitely didn't have like the contemporaneous, like it's out in the movie theater experience. So, but my memory of it, because before we watched this again, I was like, what do I remember? I know that I've seen it, but what do I remember? The
Right.
only memory that I had was of, a person in a wolf costume surfing on a van.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah. You weren't clinging to the nostalgia of this movie like the wolf on the top of the van, like David was.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I was not. So maybe I maybe would have wished for a little bit of nostalgia to
Sure.
To support you.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a fun rewatch though. Michael Jackson. Oh my God. Michael J. Fox is always good. But this is a thought that I had. This was
Okay.
right after Michael Jackson did Thriller, like a few years.
Right.
So I think there was like a zeitgeisty werewolf moment in the
Yeah.
mid 80s.
You could tell that they couldn't afford that song, but they wanted to when they're at the dance.
Yeah.
They're
They
all
do
going
it.
like
It's
this.
so Yes. true.
Yeah, but they're like doing it just enough that you know that that's what they're
know
doing,
that's
but
the
not so
reference.
much that
Right.
it could get litigious.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I realized while watching that scene, which is why I quickly Googled when was
Yeah.
Thriller out? So yeah, I think
Yeah.
I mean, what if that was the seed of the movie because that was such a
Right.
popular thing, during
Right.
that time of the 80s.
I mean, the whole plot of the movie, I don't know if Rod Daniel has kids, but I feel like maybe his children were talking to him at breakfast
Right.
and they said, Dad, wouldn't it be cool if instead of the werewolf killing a bunch of people, the werewolf was just an amazing basketball player? And Rod Daniel was like, we're
Now
gonna
that's an
gonna
idea.
do that.
Now that's a PG movie.
that is a
that's right.
family PG
Yeah,
movie.
the
that's
only
a
way you can
family-friendly
do werewolf
movie.
in PG form.
Right,
Yes.
Absolutely.
right.
Because
Yeah.
Rod Daniel was the
He was the
writer-director?
I believe he was also the writer. He was definitely the director.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yes,
gotcha.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was like a sitcom guy, right? Like not a lot of
Maybe, but he went on to produce other very mediocre movies that
Yeah.
also did well in the box office. Like this seems to
Yeah.
be his thing.
This movie
Yeah.
was made with basically nothing
Right.
and made so much money.
It did.
Yes.
Yeah, despite the critics being like,
Right.
it's not that
Yeah,
good.
I
There
think
were enough 5-year-olds to hold it
to-
up.
to-
Absolutely.
if my figures are correct, I believe it was $4 million to make, and it made like 80 million
It
in the
made
box
80
office,
million.
which in the 80s was that's
It's a big
big.
deal.
That's a lot of money. Yeah, it was
a lot of
more
money.
than a lot of other popular movies at that time.
Yeah,
A lot of movies that you think of, like, like, I don't know, St. Elmo's Fire. That movie was so successful. And it's like, I think this made more than that.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Michael J.
crazy.
Fox, he's a treasure.
He really is. That's one thing. Okay, so I love Michael J. Fox. And one thing that I feel is problematic about me is whenever I watch like a teen movie and I'm like, oh, that character is hot, that then I feel like, oh, well, now I'm the creep because I'm 31. And Michael J. Fox is basically a child. I'm like,
He's
oh,
a
he
child.
was so cute. He was so hot. I love
Great
that
hair. Good
guy.
hair.
Amazing, strong hairline.
Yeah, I'm envious of
Yeah.
his hair.
Yes. The wolf or the
Both really,
Both
but
really.
Michael J. Fox had that great 80s swoop, you know?
Yeah,
did.
Love
he
it.
really
He
did.
did.
He really did. But it's like that's what they do to us when they cast like little cuties in these teen movies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then it's like, oh, okay, well now I'm the bad guy because I think Michael J. Fox in that teen movie is cute.
That is a funny perspective. It's when that happens to me, I feel like I always think that person is older than me. Like, because I was
Yeah.
younger at the time.
Exactly.
It's hard to like relinquish that sometimes.
Yeah, it's like I kind of am like stuck in whatever age that I was when I first saw that thing,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which I didn't see this till I was maybe in like junior high.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you had seen it before this.
I had seen it before this, but it had been many years
Uh-huh.
since I'd seen
what
it.
was your like
Yeah, initial
recollection?
take.
Oh, okay. So the recollection was, of course, the surfing on top of
Okay,
the car.
yes.
Mostly because my parents were like, they're gonna do this in this movie, but it's really dangerous and not cool, so don't do that.
Oh, they prepared you.
They
for the-
prepared me. They like as you were watching it, they were like, don't do that.
Okay.
Because it did make that look really cool and fun.
Yes.
No handstands on the roof.
No handstands on the roof, on any roof, whether it's moving or stationary.
Yes.
Don't do handstands on the roof.
Mom.
Mom.
It's funny watching it during that scene. I did think that I was like, oh, that's not safe.
Yeah.
Oh no. What
and
are you
like people
doing?
die that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scary.
Let's not do things.
Let's
like
not
that in
do stuff
vehicles,
like that.
guys.
Yeah. Just because Michael J. Fox in a wolf suit does it doesn't mean that we can.
Important lesson.
An important lesson. But as I was watching this, I thought, okay, so it's trying to be a teen movie, kind of classic 80s teen movie. It's kind of trying to be a basketball movie.
Yeah.
And kind of trying to be like a supernatural movie. And it's not really doing that great of a job at any.
No. What's funny about the supernatural element is that like you as the viewer know that he's changing, and then when it is exposed to like in the middle of a basketball game to everyone just sort of accepts it.
Everyone is really cool with it. And there's no, eventually, like, even though he's like looking in the mirror, he's like, oh, I'm freaking out. When he sees his dad and his dad is like, hey, I'm a wolf too. It's,
That moment was great.
it's like, okay. He doesn't really freak out or ask more
Right.
questions in the way
Right,
that
right.
I would. I would be like, well, what's the lore?
Yeah.
How does this happen?
Right.
When did this happen?
Let's dive in here.
Like,
Let's talk
what
about
is, how did this family curse come to be?
Right.
Right.
What I just like as an audience
Yes.
member, I wanted to know a lot more. I imagine if I was in that predicament, I would have even more questions.
Yeah. I thought the
So,
same thing.
Yeah.
I thought the
Also,
same thing.
what really happened to Mom then?
Bitch, what happened to Mom?
What
We
did
have
happen to Mom?
what happened to Mom?
Wait, so in the movie, the mother is deceased. Is this
Allegedly.
correct?
She's not
but
there.
how?
She's
But
not
how?
there.
Dad's a wolf.
Mm,
Where is Mom?
it's true.
we know that
All the
like
gore is off screen.
yeah,
gore is
which
off
is even
screen.
scarier. You know what I'm saying? No,
Right,
but
right.
honestly, like they bring up the mom like a couple of times, but they
Yeah.
never say what happened to her.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it wasn't like a Disney sort of like, oh, woe is me, because my mom is dead, this propels
Yeah.
the plot. She was just like not there.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was suffering in any way from it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it just seemed like we couldn't afford another person to like
We
another
don't know how
actor.
to integrate your right. If dad's
Yeah.
a werewolf, yeah.
Then
What
like
does
what's
that
up
make
with mom? Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. And is it just the men in their family? Is
Right.
it not?
Yeah.
Was mom a werewolf? Did she get like I don't know.
When
That's
they do
true.
the reboot, I think that this will be addressed.
Well, there have been multiple reboots.
Many reboots.
already.
Well, but I bet there's another one coming.
there might
you
be
know?
another.
There's always
original.
another Teen Wolf coming. That's another thing that's crazy is that this movie was not that good, but it spawned this
Yeah, right.
Worst
franchise.
sequel. Yep.
Another sequel. The MTV show.
Yep. Yeah.
There was an animated show.
Oh.
There was another movie at some point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like straight to streaming or whatever. But yeah, I remember the MTV series being really popular because it was around the same time that Twilight was super popular,
Yes,
and so people were really
2010s.
kind of having a moment with teens being wolves.
That was another that was another like zeitgeisty
Yeah.
werewolf moment.
Yeah.
But that moment was like the 2010s. Well, yeah, you had Twilight, and you
Yeah.
had not only just werewolves, but obviously vampires. But for whatever reason, like we went from the 80s where you had this moment, and then 90s. What happened? No 90s werewolf
Yeah, where
culture
were the
that I know
werewolves?
of.
I
And then
mean,
they came back, or the 2000s.
Takes a generation.
Yeah.
yeah, totally. Skips a generation, like the dad was hoping for the
Right,
kid, because he's like, "Why didn't you tell me?" Scott's
Right.
like, "Dad, why didn't you tell me this was gonna happen?" He's like, "Well, it usually skips a generation. Thought maybe you wouldn't get it."
The dad was, I must say, I really liked the dad because
He's very
he
sweet.
was, he knew that the movie was camp and was acting like
Yes.
in that way. Whereas a lot of the other, I felt like, well, Michael J. Fox was great, but everyone else, like, they were kind of like, the dad like pushed it over the edge into like, I'm being a funny actor and that, but like deadpan. The dad was great. I loved the dad.
His deadpan when he opens the door and he's just like looking like a wolf.
Yeah.
And he was
a cute wolf.
I
Yeah.
know. He was a very adorable
Yeah.
He was
wolf.
adorable.
He
Yeah.
had the dad cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had the dad
Little
wolf
chubby
cut.
cheeks.
Yeah.
Very innocuous.
Totally.
Yeah.
Looked like a wolf that you'd want to pet.
Kind of looked like a dog, really.
Yeah.
kind of more of a domesticated dog.
Yeah.
You know, that has been evolved to look cute, you know.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about some of the things that didn't age well. Is that okay if we go ahead and do that?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's talk about the fat kid.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chubb.
Scene one.
Chub.
Scene one. Fat shaming scene one.
Yeah, that fat kid has a great arm. That's one of the first lines.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they're like, "Oh yeah, Chubb." First of all, his name's Chubb. They call him Chubb. Let's
So
say
it
that.
is-
Let's be direct about it.
Yeah, and he's like eating snacks, and they're like, "Thought you were supposed to be on a diet, Chubb."
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of. Sorry, audience. We have a little
Chubb,
bit of construction. Kind of sounds like a big old fart.
It's the ghost of Chubb.
It is, yes. And I looked up that actor.
I know he looked familiar
today.
vaguely.
Yeah.
And I don't really know. I was like, I don't know where I've seen him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What did
I don't even remember. It was like that insignificant. I looked it up like a week ago.
I
and was like,
definitely
what was that guy in?
maybe he
He
was one of
looked
those
super familiar.
80s movies actors that was in like a lot of 80s movies because he looked vaguely familiar, but couldn't remember specifically from where he was in. But I talk about aging well or not, like that was my first thought because you have the first scene, fat shaming, and then the second scene is basically first scene there's a fat joke, and then the second scene there's fat shaming. When he's like at the locker and he's pulling out his food and making him feel bad for poor Chubb.
Poor Chubb.
Poor Chubb.
I know, seriously. It's like, just let the kid play basketball.
Yeah.
And that's like, also, I think that's so classic 80s to be like, all right, here's a shorthand for this team sucks at basketball, is like they have a fat kid. You know what I mean? They're
that's
sort
a
of
good
like, look at
point.
this group of freaks. Can't be good at basketball.
And they were
It's
the
one of them is
Beavers.
fat.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they what?
The team name was the Beavers, right?
Yeah.
They were the
not
Beavers.
Not very scary.
Right.
Not like wolves.
Yeah.
They weren't the wolves.
They weren't the
I'll tell you that.
wolves.
Can we talk about how Scott's best friend's name is Boof?
Love.
Oh yeah, Boof. Boof is a girl.
Did Boof mean what it means now?
I know.
then?
Yeah, I sure hope so.
I hope so too.
That's a question. I mean, I assumed no. I assumed they wouldn't have named her Boof.
Maybe that's how it started.
Maybe they were like,
She's the origin.
yeah, maybe. Maybe that's what they were doing in that
She
closet.
got wild in that closet.
She did.
Not only was her name Boof, they made Michael J. Fox say Boof so many times. Every line that he delivered to her, he had to end
Yeah.
it with Boof.
Yeah.
It was so jarring every time.
I loved it. I
And
loved
why
it.
was she hanging out with Scott's dad without
When
him
they were
there?
playing
They were
basketball?
literally just playing basketball. It's not like she was waiting for Scott to come home. She's like, "Oh yeah, we're just playing a game of pickup. Like I came over to hang out with your dad."
That's true.
Why
I didn't
is
think about
that?
that. That's
Maybe-
very true.
I read that there was a Writers Guild strike during the filming of this movie, and that they had to like do some stuff on the fly. So
Yeah.
I feel like that is probably a prime example.
Oh, that
of-
would be like we're just gonna make them like basketball is an element of the plot. Let's just throw these two characters
Yeah.
together and make them play
Right.
basketball.
But
Totally.
she wanted him to walk her home.
Yeah.
And to have a serious talk
Yeah.
about their
Yeah.
future.
Boof was
Yeah.
like what? It was like an unrequited love thing, right? Because
But she was pretty
him.
casual about that
Yeah.
unrequited love.
Yeah,
Totally. They was like, she was very open about it. And he was kind of like, oh, yeah, whatever. But he
Yeah.
wasn't like,
You're just
he
a
wasn't
buddy.
like, oh, you're just my friend. I don't want to kiss you. It was just like, yeah, I'll kiss you. But I like that other girl more.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she was kind of like, oh, shucks. Oh, well.
Right.
Very well meaning.
Yeah.
Boof.
Yeah.
Oh, good old Boof.
Boof.
I hope
Well,
that nickname comes around.
Yeah.
Boof.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm. I
Yeah.
wonder what it was a nickname for. I have a lot of
I know.
questions about how
I
she
have
got
heard
it.
that
Right.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was a given name. We don't know.
Bouffant, short for Bouffant. I don't know.
She wasn't really delivering if that was
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
great Bob.
Great bob. She had a good 80s bob. That's
She
true.
did. She had a good
Yes.
bob. Good bob. The other girl, the antagonist, really, the like
Pamela
Pamela.
on the
Um,
plantation. Is that a plantation
yeah,
scene?
girl, that was crazy. The school play is somehow like there's some Confederate elements
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
the
it's
school
an,
play.
it's an antebellum. It feels
Yeah.
a little racisty. Yeah.
It does. There's also, I only saw one other black student, and it was when Scott's best friend was like, "Hey, I'm raising some cash for our school's Afro-American Fest."
Yes.
Right.
Because he's trying to scam everybody. I was like, all right, well, there was that one
There was that
black
one.
character.
There was actually one other because there was a very short scene where they were walking through the hallway and someone was. I don't know if it was Styles.
Oh yeah,
or
yeah.
Scott. There
He
was
goes-
dancing.
He
and there was,
he goes up to a kid. He break dances, and then
Yeah.
of course when he moves out of the way, you see that it's the only black student.
the only black student is the one that ends up
The one
trying
that goes
to
up to,
break
he's like,
dance.
"Oh, hello, my dude. Let me do some break dancing. Let me greet you in the way that you."
Yes.
Oh no.
And granted, let's just remind everyone, this is a basketball movie.
Right.
It is a
And there was
basketball
not
movie.
one. There may have been. Was there
There
one
wa-
single
yeah, yeah.
one black player on the
I
team?
think
maybe.
so. Yeah.
I only saw
Not
one.
on their team. I don't
Yeah,
think.
I only see one behind. I only saw one. Maybe like not even play.
There was
Actively
maybe
playing.
one.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny is that Bill Simmons, he said that he really liked this movie because he felt like it captured the impact of like one superstar player kind of like monopolizing the team
Yeah.
and like how that impacts the team when you have like one really good player. He compared it to like Kobe Bryant. He was
Sure.
like, it's sort of the evolution that you go through as a really good player if you're a standout player, like learning to
That's
play
right.
with your team and like be a good team player. And I thought that's really interesting that you got that from this, but
right.
I can kind of see it.
Sure. Basketball
Sure.
is a sport that lends itself to that as well, more than I think
For
other
sure.
sports, like the superstar thing. So I could see that. I mean,
Yeah.
I do like the element having been into like, I wasn't playing the sports in high school and college, but I was a fan.
Yeah.
There is the element of school pride, and you know
Yeah.
when you have this ragtag bunch, and then which is definitely like a movie trope, but then they get. It's not like this team ended up winning any championships or anything. We didn't really go that far. Did they even? They won a game.
They won the it's
yeah.
kind of vaguely described as
Oh,
like
is
the
it?
championship.
It is the
game.
okay. That's funny. I
But,
didn't
like,
even register that. I thought
yeah.
it was like we finally won one, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that. You know, the idea about sports, team sports, just lifting us all up. It's a good theme.
Yeah, totally. The fact that he played as himself, not as the
Big
wolf.
moment.
Right.
Big moment for him. Big growth moment. Humility in sport. We love to see that.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is so funny because canonically I don't see really any connection between being a werewolf and playing good basketball. And that is why I agree with you that it makes sense that this movie came about from like a child sitting at a breakfast table saying, wouldn't it be cool if werewolves played basketball?
It made so much
Yeah.
sense to me as a kid.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
You're like, well, of course that's why he's good at basketball. He's a werewolf.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because really, if you think about it, Being a werewolf would make you. I think it would make the sport harder because you have like talons that you have to deal with the
Yeah.
paw.
Like
They
you would
would
Just
discuss
technique.
this.
I mean,
Yeah.
let's think about what dogs are good at. Oftentimes running fast.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But like a movie about track and field, no offense to runners out there.
Boring.
Boring.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's
Yeah.
true.
He could be like a hurdle sprinter. But it's like that's, what's the team element in
Yeah.
that? It has to be a team sport. And I don't know any other team sports that dogs or wolves famously play. So,
Well, there was Air Bud in the 90s, lest we forget, and that was a
Oh,
dog that played basketball.
That's so true.
And that's the only
Wow,
thing I remember of that
yeah,
plot.
coming back to b-ball.
Yeah, coming back to
Yeah.
b-ball.
So actually, I guess you're
I
right.
think he
maybe.
booped it a lot with his nose, so it was a different technique
Totally.
than the Michael J. Fox approach.
Yeah.
Boops and boofs.
I was just going to say boop. Very close to boop.
Well, I think it's funny that it was about basketball, and there was no ripping of flesh, there was no violence, there was no
Oh?
traditional.
What about the
Oh, what?
closet scene?
The closet. This is one part to
Oh,
me that aged pretty
yes.
bad. So, Boof.
Boof.
So they're at a party. First of all, the fact that Scott, this dweeb, was invited to a party, surprising to me, but whatever.
Oh yeah.
Like that's the whole thing is that they're like, he's so average, he's so forgettable, nobody knows him, but somehow he gets an invite to this like exclusive party where people are playing like kissing games and whatever. So he and Boof they go into the closet for 2 minutes of whatever they want to do, and they're like, yeah, okay, like, so let's fool around. And then he turns into a wolf and he like scratches her back.
Yeah.
And that was like, ugh. I didn't like that because she was like, ouch, that hurts. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then when she walked away, there was like a huge gash in her back.
That's right.
That was so
Yeah, it was like just a
weird.
little bit of casual, like a metaphor for sexual assault. Like I don't. It's never clear. Like when he turns into a wolf, sometimes it's like I guess he just got excited
He
in
got
the
excited.
closet, and that's why
Yeah.
he changed into a wolf. Because
Right.
sometimes it's like, I guess it's at the height of an emotional state is when he
Yes.
Right.
is when he changes.
But he
into
can
a
also
wolf.
make it happen. It's
also-
not
that's right.
just against his will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is funny that none of the opposing basketball team ever got clawed. It was just Boof.
Just
It was
Boof.
only Boof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or that he didn't like pop a hole in the basketball,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
because
Yes.
his claws were like wolves,
They were. They
weren't just like a
significant.
regular dog.
They were.
Wolf.
They were.
Sometimes
very
I
ugly.
forgot. Sometimes I forgot that he was a wolf and not just a little diggity dog. You know what I mean?
A little cute little.
Little cute little.
I just want to pet him.
Yeah, totally.
Little Mikey.
What was interesting was how quickly Boof bounced back from that assault in the closet.
Yeah,
she
totally.
was ready to hang again next scene.
Absolutely.
No problems. Nothing to sort through.
No
Yeah.
questions. How did this happen to you? What's the lore?
Yeah.
Are you okay? Am I okay? No.
Right.
She was just like, so I guess you're a wolf.
Yeah.
And Pamela's hot, for the
it.
wolf.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
She
yeah.
says, I want to fuck you as a wolf,
Yeah.
not as a human man,
Yeah.
human
No
boy,
nerdy Scott.
no
we need
teen.
Wolfman.
We need you to be an animal.
Uh-huh.
Does that age bad?
Mm.
Or is it just so like kind of
like-
classic like
Yeah, like the popular girl needs her. Yeah, she
She
can
needs
only.
a bad boy.
Well, and she can
Yeah.
only associate with those at her level. And once he became the
Right.
werewolf, he was like good at everything, and he was like a basketball
was a
star,
cool guy.
Yeah, he was
popular.
popular.
Yeah, I feel like that's a tropey thing that does not age well. Like if this
Yeah.
was made now, you would never have. I don't think that. I mean, there are way more things that are worse about that don't age well, but
Yeah.
it would probably be some story where the nerd wins out and
Mm-hmm.
it's not with the popular girl. It's probably with Boof.
Which is how
Or-
it went down.
yeah.
Well, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah, they're kissing in the last
I watched
scene.
this movie 5 days ago.
Jack
You would think
Varner.
I'd remember more.
Well.
So Boof, but I thought there wasn't a clear remind us.
They're smooching in that last scene.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
that's true.
it seems to
That's
me
true.
like they're probably getting
They're on the way.
together. But they were sort of together before. It's like they weren't
Mm.
they were always sort of a thing. Like it was clear to me like they've hooked up before. You know what I'm saying? Like before
Yeah.
they even got into that closet, I'm like, this is not the first time they've done this.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
we were supposed to believe that, but that to me
Oh, I
was,
get. Yeah, it wasn't like they were totally friend zoned. You're right.
Yeah.
They didn't. Yeah, there was an openness.
but she was very cash about it, which like honestly, that's great.
Fairly
Yes.
progressive.
Very progressive
That was
because
progressive.
I would think in most teen movies of this time the trope would be that she'd be like, I'm just pining after this boy who
Yeah.
doesn't even know that I'm pretty
Yeah.
because
This
I'm
is
not
true.
Pamela.
Pamela. Of course, her name's Pamela.
Pamela. Hot Pamela.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh yeah, that guy is my boyfriend. Like after she had already, so they presumably have sex, the wolf and
Right.
Pamela.
That's right.
And then she's like, oh yeah, but that guy is my boyfriend.
Yeah.
That was a surprise.
That was a surprise to him and a surprise to me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the boyfriend seemed kind of like, you know, when later he was like, yeah, get away from my girlfriend. But he wasn't like,
Yes.
you, like, my girlfriend cheated on me with you. It was
This is
none
true.
of that. I think that, like, maybe that wasn't really a concept in this movie's universe, the idea of cheating on one's.
Does it
Yeah.
count if it's a wolf?
Does it count if it's a wolf? Oh, it was funny that they had that like from the distance he was howling. Like when it was like the camera cut away from them
Right.
Oh,
looking
yeah.
up, and then he was just like, "Arr!"
That was like the orgasm moment. Was
Yeah.
the howl? Yeah.
howl.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Naturally.
Maybe the whole movie is just an allegory for like polyamory, you know? Because all of those
Yeah.
relationships are kind of a little fluid and not like kind of gray
Yeah.
and not like rigid like a lot of 80s movies that,
Yeah.
you know, that had those like archetypes.
I could really see his bestie being like kind of the leader of a toxic polycule. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Styles?
Styles.
Yes, he
Yeah.
has the
Oh my
charisma for
God.
it.
Yeah,
Right.
he does.
He's got some pimp vibes.
Definitely, because he's
He
wheeling and
does.
dealing.
Oh, always.
He's got
Yeah.
some style.
And the merch.
The merch.
Yeah.
That merch
It's
was
going to
sick.
capitalize.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he's
Honestly,
like,
that
I have
merch
a-
was sick. There was a
Yeah.
a shirt that he was wearing at some point that I was like, I would buy that
The
shirt.
Dick Nose
Teen
shirt?
Wolf. No, it said
Oh.
Teen Wolf.
Oh yeah.
But it was like stylized in this way that was very cool. I was
Yeah.
impressed.
The one that was like kind of like a light lavender color with like
Yeah.
kind of just the outline of the fur.
Yeah.
That was sick.
It was great.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It was ahead of its time.
It really was the merch ahead of its time. Okay, can we talk about the F slur?
Oh,
in the-
yes.
Okay.
The moment in the
moment.
movie where he comes out, which there's also me as a gay person watching this, I'm like, okay, there's that element of the allegory of queer.
Yeah,
And
totally.
like so you have this secret inside and like you don't know like what's happening. I'm having
Mm-hmm.
these feelings and his dad doesn't tell him for a while. So he's for a while struggling with it before his dad tells him, "Oh, by the
Yeah.
way, you're a werewolf."
Totally.
So he's having to struggle with it on his own.
Yeah.
So I did have that thought. But the moment, do you remember the line when so Styles is talking to Scott, who's Michael J. Fox. And then it's like clear that Scott has something to say. And then Styles says,
if you tell me you're a fag, I don't think I can take it.
yes. And then
Which I kind of think, honestly, I think he could. I think they should kiss.
Let's do
That
that.
would've
I
been a
think
good turn.
I think
Yeah.
that he would like to kiss.
yeah.
I'll just say that.
Styles probably
I feel like he'd be
Yeah.
open to it.
I think
He'd be open to it. He's like, I'd try anything once.
Yeah.
That seems to me. So that's
yeah,
just
no,
me.
I get those vibes as well. I
Yeah.
get those vibes as well.
For the reboot.
Yeah.
for the
We're-
for the next reboot.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I like the idea of a polycule being involved though, for sure. And
Absolutely.
Styles being the head of it.
He's like made himself the leader, and that's kind of actually the dynamic of, you know, it's not that a werewolf is good at basketball and that's why the team isn't playing well together. It's because Styles is the, you know, the leader of the polycule and he's not playing well with others, and that's
Yes.
the team that we're rooting to really get it together.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I co-sign this.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah.
I love this.
But it was like I also had that thought too in the beginning of like, oh, is this a queer story? He's got this secret that he's hiding. He has there's like these little tells that he's trying to hide, but he's also like, you know, he's at that age where he is sort of discovering his sexuality. It is sort of like it kind of shows up like puberty too, but then
Right.
he's like, I am a werewolf. My dad told me I am. But now everyone's cool with it. Like when he sort of like came out and everyone was just like, hell yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's not what this is.
Right.
Wouldn't it be great? But
no, that's so
No.
true.
Yeah.
I had that same thought. Because when he does like finally turn into a werewolf, and I think only his close friends know maybe, and then everyone finds out at the basketball game.
yeah.
There is, everyone's just totally accepting of it. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, that's, but you're right. Like if it was sort of queer coded, then that it would have gone very different. Like there'd be people in the crowd, like, you know, talking to their friends and
Yeah, they'd be like, you're a freak.
clutching their pearls.
Yeah.
You're a freak. Such an 80s thing.
Well, if he'd been a shitty ball player, it would have gone that way.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Get out of here, freak.
A free throw goes a long way, apparently.
Yeah, it really does.
In basketball.
So that social currency really went a long way.
It's true.
Incredible. Like it truly he walks into prom and everyone stops. Everyone's
yeah.
like,
He was the
the
king,
wolf's
baby.
here at the dance.
Yeah.
The wolf is here. The wolf
Yeah.
has arrived.
Yeah.
Did he have a different name as the wolf, or was he still
Just the wolf.
It's just the
The
wolf?
wolf.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't call him Scott when he was in wolf form. They called him the wolf. There was like
Right.
the way that they differentiated it was like there's Scott and the wolf, not Scott as wolf. So I thought that was kind of interesting too, that it was like this identity of that wasn't really him, but he does still learn to like hone this thing that he once felt shame about or like made him feel like a freak or he didn't know what was going on. And then like, you know, uses it to his advantage. But yeah, it's still like there's this distinction.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. It does
Yeah.
give him, I think him in wolf form does, I feel like, enable him to gain some confidence that he's able to use in his human form.
Yes, definitely. Which we see at the very end when he learns how to play basketball, not
In his
as
human
a wolf,
form,
in
yes.
his human form. Which here's the thing: I don't get how he did that. I don't get how they won because he didn't play well before.
Right.
So why would we believe that now he knows how to play as a team player?
Yeah.
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 I agree. I thought the same thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, how did we earn this turn? You know, the whole plot is that you're a great basketball player because the wolf makes you like super powerful or whatever.
Right.
But now,
Muscle memory.
is that what it is?
I think so.
Wow.
It's got to be.
So like he still retains the muscle memory from when he was a wolf.
That's my
Maybe
take.
he just like really, I mean, it seemed to me watching it, he was just like, maybe he was just never good at focusing before. He was like, all right, I got to do this. You know, everything is riding on me. The pressure was there.
Right.
And he
yeah.
met the moment.
And that's how he snapped into action.
Yeah.
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 That could be.
I don't know. We never said the line though that he actually, when he does, he says, his friend says, if you're going to tell me a fag, I don't think I can handle it.
Oh, yeah.
And then the line that Scott says is, this is him coming out in the movie. He says, I'm not a fag, I'm a werewolf. I love that.
I stand by it. I wish I would have said that to my parents when I came out.
I wish you had to.
Oh,
Yeah.
and I like to have sex with other werewolves.
Right.
I think that we should, unless it already exists and I don't know about it, I think that we should introduce werewolf to the canon of like gay culture. Like there's otters, there's bears,
Ah.
there's werewolves. You know what I mean? Because it's sort of like I don't think that bear really like captures it because
No.
werewolf is. I mean, even though Michael J. Fox's werewolf was kind of more of a yeti sort of bear,
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
dog.
Right.
Not so much
He wasn't even
kinda like
can we
Bigfoot-y.
just- He wasn't hot as a wolf. I did
No.
not find him
Even in that prom suit,
No.
I felt a tingle.
I did not.
As a kid, I even
Yeah.
felt a tingle.
Oh, really?
Really?
Sure.
I did not.
That was a hot suit. His
His-
white suit.
Hey, okay, you felt a tingle based on the fashion, I guess, is what, and not the
Mm-hmm.
because his actual look, like he's got kind of, I don't know, it's not as sex. They didn't take a sexy. It was not meant to be sexy.
Yeah.
I don't think his wolf. But nowadays, obviously, it would have to be sexy if they made it again. But
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
at the time there was no. I don't know. I didn't feel like it was a sexy wolf. And maybe I
I
wanted
did.
it to be
The
a sexy
further
role.
iterations of Teen Wolf, like the MTV one and like more recent depictions of the wolf are scarier. They're
Yeah.
more like wolf, you know?
Uh-huh.
And not
Yeah.
just like, you know, kind of a yeti.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, definitely a Yeti wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, not there is, by the way, in gay culture there does exist a wolf.
There is? How do I not know this?
Is it like a
God,
silver
I
fox
can't
Oh,
speak
yeah,
for
are you talking
all
about-
gays, but I'm pretty sure a wolf is a sexually aggressive, like hairy guy.
Okay.
That's like not chubby like a bear, but I hope someone doesn't come for me, but I'm pretty sure that's what a wolf
We're
is.
gonna find out.
We're
We're about
we're
to
gonna
find
have
out.
to find out.
Yeah.
But to my knowledge, there doesn't exist a werewolf.
A werewolf.
So like that's the new
Distinction.
element.
Yeah.
we
Uh-huh.
can.
What's
can
gonna
distinguish.
make it? what's
Insomnia, probably.
Gonna...
You know.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Really sensitive to moon cycles.
Yeah.
You
Sure,
know.
sure.
I feel like
Just
a gay werewolf and a gay vampire could probably do really well together because they both have to hang out at night
Yeah, totally.
for the most
Sure.
part.
Yeah.
Get those nocturnals together.
Totally.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Everyone loves like an enemies to lovers story. And it's like
Yes.
vampires and wolves. You know, sometimes they butt heads, but I think that they really have more
Yeah.
in common than they do differences.
It's like a classic Romeo and Juliet tale.
Exactly.
Really.
They're like they come together across party lines, and who knows what's
It's
possible
all about love at the end of the day.
at the end of the day.
And then they both die by their own hands, but that's a different story.
But that's a different story. Yeah. But yeah, okay. So wolves exist in gay
I'm
culture.
pretty sure.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
We'll fact check later. And werewolves are simply an adaptation of that where they are insomniacs,
yeah.
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
And maybe just like a little bit, like maybe it's like a wolf, but like a little extra, you know? They're just like a little elevated.
More vocals, maybe.
Yeah.
More hair, you know.
Little more hair, yeah. Or a lot more hair.
A lot more hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some facial hair, some added facial hair. You got to put the hair on the cheeks to really make it a werewolf.
Yeah, the cheeks.
On the forehead. I think.
And the forehead too.
Yeah,
Yes,
totally,
that's important.
totally. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, you know who I loved though was the coach. The coach was such an underrated
Oh
character.
yeah.
He was so funny. He said
So
one of my
silly.
favorite lines, which is never get less than 12 hours of sleep, never play cards with a guy who has the first name of a city, and never go anywhere near a woman with a tattoo of a dagger on her body. And I said,
Pearls
All
of
right.
wisdom.
words to live by.
Right.
I loved that about
never
him.
never get less than 12 hours of sleep. It's that line was just they kept going. Like there was
Yeah.
no, and I just loved it because it wasn't even like played for laughs, but it was
Right.
almost a moment where I was like, oh wait, I had to like think about it again. I was like, that is hilarious advice and advice I
Yeah.
wish I could. Don't we all?
Don't we all?
Wish we could live by.
I know, right?
Yeah, he was funny. You
Yeah.
could tell he was like he's not a comic that I recognize, but you could tell he was like probably a comic of that era.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of the actor, but yeah,
Yeah.
he was very funny. That was a role that was like clearly a comedic role as well, which I
Yeah.
enjoyed.
Yeah, totally. And I
Maybe-
think, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I think maybe also a writer's strike moment. You know?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
He just made it up and
It's like,
they
I
were
can-
like,
I
Just
can riff
improv.
this.
good enough.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it did feel like he, similarly to the dad character, I think that he kind of understood that this was camp.
Yes.
He kind of played it as camp. He was not totally like giving it his earnest, you know, acting
Yes.
chops. This was sort of
No.
a
Little
this
bit-
was sort of a
little
lazy on purpose.
on purpose. I mean, when Scott comes in and like he's building up and he's about to tell him that he's a werewolf, you know.
Yeah.
And I love that the coach was like, okay, how long is this going to take? All
Yeah.
right. And like he could tell he's so upset and this is his player.
Yeah.
But instead of being like, let's sit down, let's talk about this, he's like,
Yeah.
all right, I got to get to some admin work. So
Right.
can this be sped
Yeah.
up here?
And he's like having a buffet in his
Yeah.
office.
Right.
It was
constantly eating.
classic 80s adult where they're like, you can talk to me about anything, but it has to take less than 2 minutes because I have work to do.
Yes.
They're like, as long as you're not gay and it's
Right.
not going to take more than 2 minutes, then, you know, move it along.
This can't be too emotionally wrenching. I've got
Absolutely.
lunch.
But of
Yeah.
course, talk to me about anything, you know. You can always come to me, but as long as it's convenient.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
clearly he was just a bad coach, which was,
Oh, yeah.
there's a reason why the team was bad, but
Right.
at least that was a funny element to it.
Totally. Like, you know, at least the game will be over. Like that type of thing. When he's
Right.
like, yeah, here's my word of advice is it'll be over. eventually. And you know, sometimes I just gotta respect that.
Uh-huh.
You
Yeah.
know? You gotta respect
Sometimes
that.
you just gotta exist through the moment and just know that this is really bad, but it will be over soon. Yeah.
Which is kind of, one could say, an experience
Watching a movie.
Exactly. A
Yes,
guide
very
for
meta.
the film.
Yeah.
Yes.
But here's the thing is that I didn't have a horrible time watching it. Even though the whole time I
No.
was feeling like, okay, yeah, this is a bad movie. I wasn't like, oh my God, I can't wait for this to be over.
Right.
I was
Yeah.
kind
It
of
wasn't
like,
painful.
it wasn't painful. Like I was having it was fine.
It was a romp.
Yeah. Beach Boys.
Good Beach Boys.
Yes.
Oh, can we talk about the music? Beyond the Beach Boys cue, which I loved,
Mm-hmm.
the actual like soundtrack music was
Oh.
classic synth 80s. Just, I mean, I guess it's kind of back now,
It's super bad.
but really dates the movie. Like, so, like,
Yeah.
almost like there was some synth like string cues that were almost sitcom-y.
Yeah.
You know, the placement of them. But yeah,
Mhm.
very 80s and definitely dated the movie. But I guess it is sort of like back now.
Yeah.
The synthesizer.
Totally.
thing.
Yeah.
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 I love the Beach Boys music, though. That was good.
That
Is
was
that what
really
they were
fun.
playing when he was surfing, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Surfing USA.
Surfing USA.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a bop.
We definitely had a sunroof in our car growing up,
Ooh.
and just letting us poke our heads out of the sunroof as kids, we called it surfing because that was going to be
That's so cute.
adjacent to Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
It was a good day if our parents let us surf in the car.
That is so cute.
I love that.
I feel like even though objectively that is unsafe, that is something that I would do and let a child do in my car.
Uh-huh. Just a head poking out.
A head poking out of the sunroof.
Right.
You know?
Don't watch 6 Feet Under. Did you ever watch 6 Feet Under? Oh,
No.
it always starts with a death. That's as far as I'm going to go. There was a tragic incident in a limo with some drunk people. As far as I'm going to go.
I think I know where it's going.
Yes. Well, it's like when you watch, it was a Final Destination, and then you're behind
Oh,
a
yeah.
log truck, and you're like, okay.
Yeah,
I'm not
totally. You're like, I can't.
Uh-huh.
Not going to
doing
risk
it.
Not
this.
gonna risk it.
I learned my lesson.
Have you guys seen the most recent Final Destination?
No, we did not watch
Okay,
it.
I haven't watched it either, but I really want to, and I can't find anyone who wants to watch it.
Oh,
with me.
I heard like that it was. I think I heard mixed reviews, which is like better
Yeah.
than I would have
Which
thought.
is honestly for Final Destination.
Yeah.
That's a good review.
It's the best you can ask for, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you've got your sidekick.
All right, great.
I would watch it with you.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Hell yeah.
I mean, that movie. That's like everyone that was around maybe our age in the '90s. It scarred me for life.
Of
Final
course.
Destination.
Yeah.
I don't
Teen
think
Wolf,
I
not so
saw it.
much. But huh?
I didn't see it.
Yeah. Well,
Really?
you're a little older than us
It's true.
Maybe you were
I am an old
beyond.
man. Yeah.
when it came out.
Yeah. That's the one with the tanning booth too, right?
Don't get into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tanning booth. But also don't, skin cancer as well.
I mean,
So,
yeah, it really
so
it was an allegory for skin cancer.
It's just
before we even knew it. You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you reviewed Final Destination with
No,
anyone?
never done it.
Okay.
Could be fun.
Yeah.
Could be fun. Okay, what else do you guys want to talk about? What else haven't we covered?
Oh, jeez. What else? What else?
We got Boof, we got Styles, we got Scott,
Chubb.
Chubb.
Coach, Dad. The dad was my favorite part.
Oh,
of the movie.
the principal. What's that guy's name? That actor?
Oh, right.
Who was
He's in
yes.
other stuff. He's
Yes.
a comedic actor, but I don't know, he wasn't really doing it for me in this movie. But it was funny when Scott's dad went and stood up to him because the principal is like, "You're gonna be kicked out of the school," and then the dad goes up to him and is like, "Don't do that," and then he growls at him.
Makes
That's
him-
right.
makes
Oh,
him piss
because
his pants.
Because they had
They had
beef.
some beef from
They
the
had beef.
past.
Yeah.
Over
So
a
I kind
girl.
of liked that. Yeah.
Well, and it was the beef from the past was that the dad, when they were younger, he
Mm-hmm.
had turned into a werewolf and then like beat up the guy, right? That
Yeah.
ended up becoming the assistant principal later
Yeah.
on.
I loved that he was the vice principal.
Oh,
and
the
not just
vice
the principal.
He
Yeah.
was the vice or
They
assistant.
had to kind of
yeah.
knock him down
Yeah.
one level.
You never met the actual principal,
Right.
you know? We never met the head honcho.
Yeah.
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 That was also a classic 80s, I think, teen movie thing was like the grumpy, ornery.
And
You
that
know,
he's
vice
like always in
principal.
the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is weird.
There was
Or
I guess there was a graffiti incident, but
right.
he seemed to always be in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up with that? Very odd.
Yeah, that is weird. Why are you always hanging out in the bathroom, dude?
Yeah.
This is weird.
Vice principal's job.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on everything. in every nook and cranny. Okay, what else? Is there anything else that we didn't discuss today
We've done a really deep dive.
we have in a movie
Nearly
that
as long as the film. It was
Yeah.
like 1 hour 25 minutes.
it was just
It was a
lickety
good.
split.
You know what? And I liked that about it.
I love that.
Oh, we
about
love it. We love a short movie.
Oh, me
Hour and
too.
a half is such a sweet spot for a movie.
It's like I want to be left wanting more.
Yes.
Sure.
I don't want to walk out of a movie saying, God, that took so long.
Yeah.
Okay, I went to here's why long movies are bad. Is because the other day I went to this event that I thought was gonna be 2 hours tops.
Oh gosh.
It was 4 hours long.
Oh wow.
And I walked out and I said, God, I feel like I just walked out of Oppenheimer.
Uh-huh.
That if you say oh God, I feel like I just walked out of and then fill in the blank movie,
Yeah.
that's not good.
Not good.
That's not good.
Yeah.
I want to feel like if I leave a basketball game and I go, man, I feel like I just walked out of Teen Wolf. That means that was entertaining, quick, easy to
Yes.
watch, not that deep.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's true.
And people were, dunking basketball.
And not really
a
about
5'4"
basketball.
guy was, just absolutely sinking those shots. And also, it
true.
wasn't really about basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't about good basketball,
Right. Exactly.
Oh, that's an interesting take. Yeah, I like that. I would love to walk out of a basketball game and think, oh, that was like Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
That would be a good thing. You're right.
Yeah. Totally.
I mean, I think longer movies can work. I did like Oppenheimer more than I think David did. But yeah, it's about expectations too. You went into
Right.
that party thinking it was going to be 2 hours.
Exactly.
And that's
And
like
then
your
it wasn't.
expectation. And then it wasn't. So
Yeah.
it's like when we watched The Brutalist and we sat down, we're like, okay,
Yeah.
oh God, all right, we know we
Same.
got to strap in.
But they had an intermission.
They
Yep.
did. Snack
had-
break built in.
The intermission, which was not only perfect for snack break, potty break, all of that, a little room to breathe, but it was like two distinct acts
It
as well.
was,
And that is the perfect way to do a long movie.
Yeah.
I'll watch a long movie if it's a two-parter and there's an intermission.
Sure.
I thought it worked like plot-wise and it
Agreed.
worked for my lifestyle, which is I need to be able to get up and walk around.
Yeah. It's like I will spend 6 hours watching a premiere drama,
Of course.
but a 3-hour movie, nope.
no,
But there is
absolutely
something
not.
about the break, and
Yeah.
and like you said, in The Brutal specifically, there was a break, but there was also the tone shift, and it
Yeah.
was like a whole different narrative element.
Totally.
Whereas if you're sitting down just slogging through an epic
Yeah.
movie, ugh.
Oh my
don't
gosh.
know.
The other day I went to the Grateful Dead movie. It was playing at Alamo Drafthouse. And they had built into the movie an intermission, but when they played the movie at the theater, they like blew through the intermission. And that was tough for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like not a huge Grateful Dead fan. I'm not anti, but I went with my friend who's really into it because I was like, I want to see your culture, right?
I may not agree with your lifestyle
yeah.
choice, but I just want to go and
But
be
I
a
just
part
want
of
to
it.
be a part of it. I want to feel a part of it. I want to explore. I want to be open minded. So I went and I was like, oh my God, an intermission. Thank God. I can like get up, go to the bathroom, like walk around. This is, we've been listening to the same song for like 45 minutes. And then they just like kept on going. But then
robbed.
but then they started this one song and she goes, they're going to be playing this one for like 30 minutes. This is a good time for you to like
Oh,
go
wow.
and get up and go to the bathroom. I was like, God bless. That's,
Ugh,
you
the
need,
inside. The
yeah,
good that
you
you
need
have a
someone
guide, yeah.
on the inside. If there's this website where you can go where they have timestamps of when you can go pee during a movie. I think it's called
Wow.
when can I pee or when should I pee or something like that.
That's great.
And
Very generous of whoever put that
It's a
together.
great service.
Yeah, and it'll be like the timestamp, but then it'll also say like after this one scene, like this is what's happening, and then like right after that is when you can take a break, go to the bathroom.
I would be interested
Wow.
to be a filmmaker and then like
Oof,
go in there
right,
and
yeah,
see
yeah,
see
yeah.
when they
Ooh,
said
Yeah.
when they
to
said this part
pee.
doesn't matter.
And then you're like, and then they're probably like, okay, I kind of knew that was gonna be it, but we need it for the pace or
right,
whatever.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like I wonder what they thought when when they were making Rocky Horror. There's like that whole part where they're like, this part is boring, and so then everyone just like does a conga line. I wonder if they expected that would happen, that everyone's just gonna get up and do a conga line because they're like, this part's boring.
Yeah. A conga line always makes things more exciting,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
You're at a wedding, it's all dull, and then
And
conga line.
Did
Oh,
you
yeah.
check
Best.
Teen Wolf when the bathroom breaks are scheduled?
No, oh my God, I really should. I should look that up. Let's do it in real time. Let's see what's going on.
Let's
Okay,
see.
so
I feel like there might be a lot of options.
it's
Maybe one of them would be when
it's called runp.com.
Oh, that's good.
Okay,
Runp.com.
let's see. Teen
I'm trying to think of
Wolf.
when it would be, but obviously I don't have the greatest memory.
I feel like it's gonna be basketball with Boof and Dad.
Oh, that's an
Maybe the
interstitial.
maybe the reminiscing scene when Boof and Scott are walking down the sidewalk
Yeah.
and
Oh
pretend
yeah,
having that very forced, cherished memory.
right.
Yeah.
Maybe someone who's like PC would say to skip out on the chub scene.
Yeah,
They would
scene
say
2.
They would
Yeah.
say just right from the beginning.
Right,
you can
right at the
actually
top,
just start.
drop right at-
You can actually just start it at the 10-minute mark.
Yes, exactly.
The whole thing is he's not good at basketball and he's really sweaty.
That's
It was funny. I didn't at first, because I'm an idiot. I didn't put together that oh, he's sweating because he's turning into a wolf. I was just like, God, they made him so sweaty.
Oh.
thick.
I guess
thick
that's
sweat.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just drenched.
Uh-huh.
Just sweat. And it
Yeah.
was him more than everyone else. And I was like, why are they doing that? Why is he so sweaty compared to everyone
Yeah,
else?
I don't think I connected that either, actually.
Oh,
until
really?
just
Okay,
now
well, then
when
I'm
you
so
said-
sorry that I said because I'm an idiot, because I don't think you are. And so maybe this is one of those those moments where it's well, don't say something mean about yourself that you wouldn't say to a friend, you know?
That's right.
So
This is a learning moment.
this is a learning moment. Okay, so Run P, let's see. I had to download an app.
Oh, God. Look
No, it's not even
Thank
on
you for
there.
your It's not on
not
there.
even on
Wow.
there.
because the entire movie.
It's too old or
No, I think
just
it's
too
just
good?
too
It's just
probably
too
too
good.
good. There's
It's just
nothing
too good.
nothing that you can miss. Every
Oh,
moment
wow.
is
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
if anyone wants to watch Teen Wolf, I would say don't skip the scenes with I think the dad was the best part about the movie.
Oh yeah.
I just loved he was just so funny.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of scenes that you could skip and still get the point.
Yeah.
Poor Boof.
Poor Boof.
Boof with the bop.
Yep.
Boof with the bob. That 80s bob classic.
Totally.
Yeah.
David, any final thoughts?
I don't think so. I think we've done great.
Yeah.
I think we've done great.
Do you think that it aged well?
See, this is where I'm not going to be a good person to weigh in because for me it did age well
Yeah,
just
the
because of the
nostalgia.
nostalgia.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think, for me as a purveyor of nostalgia,
Mm-hmm.
it's great to see that sometimes that's all you need. It's just some good nostalgia.
Yeah.
That's so true.
It'll carry the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, yes. Sometimes I think it can't overcome things that are blatantly,
Yeah.
racist or homophobic. And even there was a dash of there was nothing too egregious.
We can deal with a dash of homophobia.
just a
Yeah.
dash.
They only use
the
a slur
80s.
twice.
Yeah.
It's the 80s.
It's the 80s. You got to meet them where they're at. I mean, I don't have the nostalgia, so my sort of thesis would be it aged okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say, yeah, the fat shaming and the use of the word fag. Although I will say in the scene, it didn't seem like a derogatory term. It seemed like they were,
It seems like the way that Scott was using it was more just descriptive.
Yes.
The way that Styles was using it was
a little bit.
there was a negative connotation.
That's
there.
true.
So he
That's
did say I
actually-
couldn't handle it.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
But he was just like, no, that's not what's happening. I'm a werewolf.
Yeah, like him saying "I'm not a fag, I'm a werewolf" was probably meant to be funny, on
Yeah.
paper, but
Yeah.
he didn't really play it as funny in the way he delivered the line.
Yeah.
But yeah, it came across as oh, dude, I'm not gay, I'm a werewolf, so it
Yeah.
didn't feel derogatory in that sense.
Yeah.
But besides a little bit of fat shaming and just a dash of homophobia,
Yeah.
it aged okay. And
Yeah.
the music for me dated it a bit because it was so synthy and so mid 80s classic synth string.
Yeah.
But I think other than that, it aged okay. I would say
Yeah.
it aged okay.
I would say the same. I think it aged okay. It aged good enough. It would still, I think
Still
am I gonna show
46%?
still 46%. When it comes to the movies I want to show my niece, This is not one of
No.
them.
Sure.
And if she says
Right.
I really want to watch Teen Wolf, I'd be like, okay, there's a couple things we should talk about first.
Yeah.
Don't surf on cars.
Right.
Sunroof is okay, but we'll talk about that later when your mom's not here. And there's a couple things that we don't really love, but overall, it's just not that good of a movie. So
So it's not really worth your time.
So it's not really worth your time. But I don't know. Maybe if someone had never heard of Michael J. Fox and, Back to the Future was unavailable.
This is like the side B of the Michael J. Fox. Yeah. You got to turn it
it's
over.
sort of like,
If there
Not
was
as
an
good.
apocalypse and a VCR and
Yeah.
this was the only tape, we'd play it.
we'd play it. I'd watch it regularly. I would be okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of qualifiers there. But yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with all that. We were talking
Yeah.
about just with some friends, and I said the same thing. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I told them, I was like, y'all don't need to watch it. Like, it's
Right.
not, I wouldn't recommend. I'm sorry, this is hurting your heart.
It's hurting my heart.
Yeah.
It
But
is.
also, if someone was like, I want to watch Teen Wolf, I wouldn't be like, don't do it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
The way that, like, with other movies that I've talked about on this podcast, people are like, oh, I really want to rewatch that. And I'm like, you don't want to, actually.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like that. I'd just be like, yeah, okay.
What's an example of a movie
16
like that?
Candles.
Oh, it's so.
Yeah.
Ooh,
People are
really?
like, oh, but I loved that movie. And I'm like, you're not going to love it when you rewatch it, I'm
Yeah,
afraid.
that's tough.
Post
That's
Me
a tough
Too,
one.
just
Yeah.
it's a tough one.
That's
Even Molly Ringwald, I've heard, has
Right.
said
Oh,
some
I'm sure
things
that's tough for her to
tough
go
for
back
her
to. Yeah.
to watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do hope somewhere someone is thinking about naming their child.
Boof.
Boof. I hope so too. And if you're the kind of person who's like, I don't have a nickname, I want one, and you,
Give it to yourself.
especially if you enjoy boofing,
Great option.
On the nose.
perfect option. It doesn't. I mean, there you go.
It's right there.
It's literally right there. If that's an activity that you enjoy, or if it's ironic too, if you're like really straight edge and you're like, I would never. Boof could be a really funny nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I was a stand-up comic, I feel like I would want to somehow incorporate the word boof into my set because it's so funny. Just
It's
the
such a
word
funny
itself.
word.
It's fun
Yeah.
to say.
And then
fun to
the
say.
fact that was the name of like a pretty girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I don't think we've said yet. Well, we said she had a bob, but yeah,
Yeah.
she was a pretty girl.
Yeah, she was gorgeous.
Oof.
Yeah.
What a weird choice. One we love.
And we love them for that. Well, you guys, thank you so much for coming on the show.
A joy.
Thanks for having us.
It was a joy and
Pleasure.
a pleasure to have you.
Mhm.
I think that we should all collectively end with a howl.
Oh, if
We do
only
this
our
with our
Chihuahua
doggy.
was here.
I wish
do?
we do.
Oh,
She's a
I
good
wish that
howler.
she was here.
She's got a gorgeous voice.
She's
Oh my
honestly,
God.
she has a great voice.
Yeah.
But we will try our best in
Okay.
her stead.
In her honor.
Oh!